uncomfortable, but who cares? I'm not a huge fan of them either. We're live.
Look at that. All right, so we're late, but it wasn't our fault this time, as it worked out. We will explain.
Twitch decided to...
Yeah, I guess it doesn't matter to the people on the record. So we'll tell the 4 people that are watching.
There's 0 right now.
Oh, fuck it. Okay, let's not even worry about it.
Well, they're gonna just now get notifications that we're coming in. So,
all right. So I'm gonna.
Ivar is here.
Forkbeard. Yeah, apparently we had to reset our stream key.
Yeah,
we couldn't get live. So
Twitch had a data breach of some sort.
Yeah, I saw that. So they basically had everybody have to log back in, whatever.
Yep.
All right, so I'm hitting record. Here we go.
We should probably change our password too.
All right, let me restart this.
Why? Doesn't matter.
It's time for the Fantasy Football Guys. Get ready to call. It's the Saturday Q&A show. Here they are, Lyle Conkeal and Kevin Moore, the Fantasy Football Guys.
That's right, we're the Fantasy Football Guys. Kevin.
Lyle.
And it's Saturday. Welcome to the show.
What's up?
I had a little trouble this morning because Twitch had a data breach. They had everybody restart their stream key, whatever.
Yeah, so we had to figure that out because I wasn't paying attention to our notifications.
Yeah. But once we figured that out, it was literally seconds later.
G, what's up, G?
G's in there.
G
hey, look at that. All right, so if you want to get in on the action today, you can give us a ring at 650-733-8334. That's 733-TFFG. Send us an email to thefantasyfootballguys@gmail.com.
Well said.
Not the way it's on the video, which would be thefantasyfootballguys@gmail.com.
Yeah.
You can shoot us something on our Reddit server, which is reddit.com/r/TFFG. So, yeah. There's different ways you can get to us. So, don't really want to go into the Urban Meyer thing at all, really. But I did see a couple of things that were awesome on the discussion.
Oh, you're going to talk about Meat Horse?
Yeah, dude, Meat Horse.
Well played, sir.
Meat Horse had a line here. I want to find it because, yeah, here we go. So they're talking in our Discord server about in the NFL channel, talking about the Urban Meyer situation, and quips are flying fast and furious, but Meat Horse got the best one, I think. Meat Horse said, spending your off hours fingering buttholes when your team is ass is just taking your work home with you. And then Nicole says, Titans better have an audible called Butthole next week, or I'm disappointed in Taylor Lewan.
Yes, they should.
Who has a show called Bussing with the Boys that is very popular.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he's still on that during the season.
I don't know either. Probably not. I would say
when he goes to camp, he has to get off of it. But yeah. I think they do it on an off night. So
maybe, you might be right.
So yeah. Anyway, so I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah, that was funny.
Thank you.
I'm sure somebody's offended.
Yeah, but I don't care. Well, whatever. Probably just us using the word butthole.
I think we should use it more.
Yeah,
I think that's the word that doesn't get used often enough.
That's why.
Here's the question: is it 2 words or is it 1?
It's 1 word.
Is it?
Is it hyphenated?
I don't know.
I'm a big fan of the Butthole Surfers. Have you heard that band?
I have heard that band.
A couple really, really iconic songs from that period.
Yeah, very good band.
So
if you like that sort of thing.
I do. But you think Butthole Surfers, they can't be good. They're just going to be a punk band.
Right. No, they're good.
So
yeah, that's good stuff.
Give them a try on your Spotify or your Apple Music.
Have a listen if you haven't heard of them.
Yeah. So a lot going on in the NFL, as you know. I mean, Urban Meyer's the least of it. I think if he does get fired, I think it's going to be because he's 0-4 and the team's not really, buying into his.
Yeah, but I mean, here's the thing.
It's this is the excuse.
You got
for it.
4 games. You get 4 games in the NFL with clearly the worst team and a rookie quarterback.
I think it's not a matter of the wins and losses. That doesn't help. But the fact that the team really isn't, a team has to buy into a coach's whole thing, and the culture that the coach, builds in a locker room, in a front office, all that kind of thing. So if the team doesn't buy into that, and it doesn't happen right away, new coaches are dealing. How long did it take Kingsbury to get his thing?
Yeah,
Everybody
let me
on
explain
that?
something to you, though, Kevin.
Oh, here we
Let me
go.
school you. I'm going to mansplain something to you.
I can't wait.
Okay? No team buys into their coach's philosophy when they're 0-4.
True.
You got to win some games, and then you start buying in.
Well, I think if
What did Jimmy Johnson go his first year as a Cowboy coach?
1 and something. Right.
Turns out to be a pretty good coach.
Sure, but he knew he was a good coach coming in.
How well did Aikman do his rookie year?
He did 1 and 16.
Yeah, I know, but didn't he set an NFL record for interceptions or something like that?
I don't know. He set an NFL record for getting knocked on his ass, I think. But
Oh, maybe it was sacks, yeah. But either way, right, they didn't have – and Troy Aikman's a Hall of Fame quarterback.
right.
Right?
Whether
if
he deserves to be,
Yeah, I think so. You win 3 Super Bowls.
yeah.
But, and he's a pretty good announcer, too. Got to be honest. I hated him as a player, obviously. He's played for
Something
Dallas,
about
but-
Cowboys quarterbacks.
Yeah. But, they're good at it. Romo's awesome.
Yeah, he is.
But now that they're not Cowboys, I don't care anymore.
Exactly.
If anybody looked at that team in that era and went, all right, this coach and this quarterback's got to go, Dallas Cowboys, they wouldn't have a Super Bowl since, what, the 70s?
yeah.
You got to give them time.
But the thing is, and it's going to take a while, and they don't have players there in Jacksonville. We know this.
Yeah.
So, you can be 0-4, but if you're keeping a positive locker room, and then players buy in, mid-season, and then it happened to what the Washington football team was years ago when Marty Schottenheimer got there. Mm-hmm. They didn't buy it, and they were close. They kept it pretty close, or maybe won a game or two. But then you could almost see the team go, okay, we're into Marty ball. And they won like 10 straight. Of course, they lost as soon as they got to the playoffs because it's Marty. But, if a team is buying in and the ownership can see that and the general manager can see that, then you give that person a chance. Mm-hmm. But if you're 0-4 and the team council or whatever is going to the general manager going, this guy has no idea what the hell he's doing at a pro level.
I have a hard time believing that Urban Meyer has no idea what he's doing at a pro level.
He's never done it at a pro level.
Not at a pro level, but still, college football is not that different.
The X's and O's aren't different.
The difference in college football is you can have a dominant team because of your recruiting and your status and all that kind of stuff.
Sure, you can have a dominant team in the NFL. All it takes is money and cap management. And good drafts.
And
right.
You have to have a really good front office. The coach doesn't really have much control over what personnel is there all the time.
Most of the time.
Right.
Belichick does.
Of course.
Gruden does.
You earn that right, for sure.
Right. The thing is if you live your life, Urban Meyer's in 50, right? So
is that all he is?
Something like that. Whatever his age is, but his entire life he's been dealing at a college level, dealing with.
He's 57.
Okay, so dealing with.
Say that dude's 5 years older than me. I'm gonna go work out now.
My point is,
is
if you spend your entire life, the last 25 years, dealing with your players a certain way because they're basically children. They're grown people because they're 18 plus, but they're still children. They're impressionable. You have a bigger impact on their lives.
For sure.
Sure. If that's the way you're dealing with your team for your entire career. Now, I don't know what he did when he was younger. He probably coached high school, whatever. Yeah. But anyway, and all of a sudden you're in a place where you can't have that same conversation with player A or player B because they're grown-ass men making more money than you.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah. So, the dynamic is way different. And if you don't know how to deal with that, and if you don't know how to run practices at a pro level, and you don't know how, everything the team is, the entire culture comes from the coaching staff.
Yeah.
And if you're used to doing that at a college level versus a pro level, it's hard to get guys to buy in because you're learning just as much as they are.
Dude, I hear you.
Yeah.
But as an organization, if you're the Jacksonville Jaguars and you go, this is our guy, you give him more than 4 games. And honestly, you give him more than a year.
Well, sometimes people are hired to put asses in the seats.
Sometimes. That's true.
And Urban Meyer, from his Gators legacy,
yeah.
could be that guy.
Yeah, and Trevor Lawrence could have been that guy.
And if you have two of them, asses get in seats.
Yeah, but I don't know that anybody was excited about the Jacksonville Jaguars this year.
People in Jacksonville
They're excited about Trevor Lawrence's future.
Sure.
For sure.
Maybe not so much now.
Oh, dude, I think he's probably a fine quarterback.
I think so. And, maybe the next coach and coaching staff can actually get him to a level where he needs to be.
So you think Urban Meyer's done?
I do.
Wow.
Will
he make the season?
Yeah, he might make the season. I mean, without this controversy, he would have made the season. And maybe he would have gotten his
It's not really that controversial.
S together. It's not to me, but it's blowing up like it's huge.
Even his wife was like, "We're all sinners" or something. She said something like that.
Oh yeah, she said that in public.
Oh, dude, I'm sure she's mad.
I'm sure she gave him a proper rogering back at the house.
I'm sure, but at the same time,
or an urbaning.
From everything I see, he didn't victimize anyone.
No,
where he's out being an a-hole. I mean,
ironic.
He didn't do anything illegal.
He didn't. He didn't force the woman into anything.
No, she clearly looks.
She was an active participant.
Yeah. I don't see any controversy whatsoever.
But if you're 0-4, it's a controversy. If you're 4-0,
you're not allowed to have fun when you're 0-4.
If you're 4-0, it's just Urban being colorful.
Right.
Look at that Urban having a good time out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're 0-4, just saying. No, I completely agree.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's none of my business what that guy does in a bar. I'm a football fan. I don't care.
But apparently, a couple of people's phones were. This is why cameras and phones are a horrible idea.
Well, that ship has sailed, my friend.
Yeah. Oh yeah, long ago.
Yeah.
But it was like, what can we put in the phone that let's put a camera in there.
Yeah.
That would be
camera and GPS.
Yeah. I mean, they're great if you're not a criminal or doing something untoward in public.
I don't know. But I mean, the thing is, you never had any privacy in public. It's a well-established doctrine.
Sure, but most people, 25 years ago, weren't walking around bars with cameras.
No, that's true. But and
again, like I've said it many times.
A bar, they can tell you to either put the phone away or leave.
Yeah, but
they can do
doing that.
No, they don't, because everybody's
got a phone and everybody takes their phone out at certain times.
For sure.
The thing is you fall into this category as well. Boy, imagine if our lives.
I'm so glad.
If there were cameras, all of a sudden, I mean, some of the crazy, stupid stuff I did.
Yeah. See now, since my parents have passed away,
there's no witnesses.
My childhood is mine.
Yeah, I got my sister.
I can say whatever I want. Oh, you know what? I was a Golden Glove boxer when I was 12.
Yeah, they keep records of that stuff.
Yeah, look it up. Did they in 1990? Probably
not.
Sure
they did.
I don't know.
You have to maybe.
It was paper.
Yeah, you have to find a box somewhere in somebody's basement.
Yeah, so there are a few benefits to being an orphan. Yeah, that was terrible.
Oh,
Kevin just missed his trash can and it rolled right back to him.
I get another shot if I wanted. Auto rebound.
Anyway, all right. I'm tired of talking about buttholes.
Yeah, I never tire of that particular subject. Looking at the news, Elijah Mitchell is going to be a go for Sunday. Don't know how he's going to mix in with Trey Sermon. Hopefully not a lot, because I have a lot of shares of Trey. Just saying.
Good.
Russell Wilson out for at least a month.
My teams are just falling apart.
It's crazy. Yeah, I've got.
I lost 3 players to IR this week.
So he's got a ruptured middle finger tendon.
Yeah, requires surgery.
The fact that both of those quarterbacks on Thursday night hurt their hand.
Yeah.
What are the odds?
Yep.
I mean, actually, pretty good. Actually,
I mean,
to be honest with you,
that is a danger when you're throwing. He hit a helmet, right?
Russell hit Aaron Donald's helmet.
Yeah. So I mean, that's a danger when you're.
And you see his finger, and it's just all tilted out. Yeah,
and that hurts, man. I don't think I ruptured a tendon, but I partially tore a tendon in my thumb one time. Dude, I couldn't do anything. Every time I touched, if I would grab a doorknob, it was searing pain, dude.
Yeah.
And I taped it all up and stuff, and there was no, dude, it's your hand.
And imagine my shock when Geno Smith trotted out from the sideline.
Dude, I was telling Kevin before the show, I didn't realize he was still in the NFL.
I haven't thought of Geno Smith in years.
And
And the last thoughts I had of him were not positive thoughts.
They were not.
I'm sure he's a swell guy.
he was a Jet. Well, there was some controversy. Didn't he get into a fight?
I don't know. I mean,
Way back in the day, and then he threw for like 100 yards a game. But see, now I'm excited a little bit, a small amount of excitement, because I get to test my theory
What
of former
theory is
Jet quarterbacks now
Well, they-
having a better organization and much better talent. Let's see what happens.
well, you saw when he came out Thursday night, he drove down the field,
Looked
threw a
pretty-
touchdown
looked
pass.
pretty good.
Didn't look so great after that.
Yeah. So, but
Give him a week
give
of
him a week
first team
with
snaps.
first team reps, and then let's see what happens. He's no Russ.
Well, no, few are.
But I'm curious to see how he does. That being said, I am not going to ever even remotely come close to picking him up, probably.
No, I'm not that desperate.
A lot of weapons on that team, but
And Geno Smith, I think he was a second-round pick, right, back in the day?
might have been a first-round pick.
I think he was a second round.
Let me see.
But anyway, I mean, he was good. He had game, and from the looks of it, he still has game. So it'll be interesting to see how Seattle's season plays out, because if Wilson has surgery on that finger, he's out for 2 months, and that's not a maybe 2 months. That's a solid 8 weeks. So the entire season for Seattle is on the line.
You were right. He was round 2, pick 39.
Yeah. So almost almost round 3,
Yeah.
frankly.
Yep. He was up there.
No, so it's pick 39. So
It's pick 39.
So it was
yeah,
early
So it was
second
early
round.
second round.
All right. So
out of West Virginia, Kevin.
right. So we get to see
I'm
to
curious.
see Geno. So not sure how it's going to affect Lockett and Metcalf.
I would imagine it would be detrimental.
You would think.
I'm going to roll the dice.
But they're still going to throw the ball, and those guys are still out there to catch it. It's
Yes.
just a matter of whether the ball's going to be thrown, as zippily and as on time as
Yep.
you'd see from Russell Wilson. So obviously, the entire Seattle team just goes a little
Well,
bit.
maybe not Carson, but yeah.
Maybe. I mean, because the defense is going to be playing them differently. You play Russell Wilson differently than you do Geno
Gino's got
Smith.
wheels, though. I mean, he's mobile.
Still, you
Dude, I
defend
know.
them differently.
I know. He's not Russell Wilson. I understand.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't have to put a scout on Geno to make sure he doesn't break
Here's where
contain.
I'm optimistic that Geno Smith will not be as bad as Geno Smith was.
So you're saying 2021 Geno Smith not as awful as 2015 Geno Smith?
Correct.
Dude, I can't really dispute that. Because like you said, coaching, maturity.
Yeah.
Well,
Sitting behind Russ, talking with him.
not just that, but being older.
Sure.
As you age, you become more mature. You're not maybe as likely to do silly things.
Yeah. Testosterone levels go down a little bit.
Slightly.
Not so cray. Anyway. All right. What
so
else?
Danny Amendola listed as questionable for this week. We talked about that earlier. Big Ben removed from the injury report. He's got a hip issue and a pectoral issue. One thing he can't really get removed from the injury report is the age and awfulness issue.
Yeah, he has not played well.
Yeah. Good news for Chase Claypool. He's off the injury report.
Oh, good.
Yeah, that's good.
Get him back. Thank God.
Yeah, I do have him in the guillotine league, which you don't have to worry about anymore.
I don't.
By the way, thanks for Dax, by the way.
Oh, really?
Appreciate that.
Wow, very nice.
Yeah, I mean, I could have gone for Kareem Hunt, but I had Tannehill, so I instantly
You
improved
got
my
Prescott?
team.
Wow, very
I
good.
got Dak. DeAndre Swift listed as questionable for Sunday with that groin. Kittle designated as doubtful for Sunday. I went ahead and moved him out of that. If you're doubtful, chances are excellent you're not going to play. Hey, Uber Eats wants me to take 20% off.
Ooh,
I'm
congratulations.
excited. I can get breakfast. Let's see what else we got. Trey Lance is going to make his first career NFL start. Jimmy G sidelined. That could be it.
Yeah.
If Trey Lance comes in and does Trey Lance type things, that could be it for Garoppolo in Frisco. Dude, I think Garoppolo's a decent QB. I think he's, he falls into that game manager kind of a category, but he doesn't turn the ball over. How many teams would like Alex Smith of former pre-injury Alex Smith to be their quarterback?
Yeah.
Plenty.
Lots.
Jimmy G will find work. I'm not concerned about that. Amari Cooper and his hammy, questionable for week 5. That's this coming weekend, kids. Zeke Elliott has a knee, also questionable, but is expected to play. Cortland Sutton injured his ankle. I think they carried him off the field at practice. I think he had a twist during practice.
Ouch.
Andy Dalton removed from the final injury report and immediately put on the bench because we know Justin Fields has been named quarterback for the rest of the year. Gio Bernard, if you're counting on that dude, you're in bad shape already going into Week 5, but he's questionable for this week. Darius Slay for your Giants is ruled out for Sunday. Mm-hmm. Sorry about that. As is Sterling Shepard, which kind of hurts me a little bit. I don't like that.
Dude, like I said, I got so many people in IR. It's just not even funny.
It is brutal. Julio Jones ruled out for Sunday.
Yep.
Antonio Gibson with a shin injury, which is awful painful.
He's still questionable.
He is
right?
questionable.
He said it didn't hurt that bad. I don't know how that's possible.
Dude, because you got like basically bone, a small layer of cartilage, and then skin. Yeah. So whatever happens, dude. Anyway, A.J. Brown is going to play Sunday, so at least Tannehill gets one of his star receivers back.
His people's back.
Yeah, so good for him. Nyheim Hines returned to practice. That's pretty good news. Chase Edmonds has a game-time decision on Sunday. I hate game-time decisions. Because especially for a late-game team, because most of the players play early, right? So you're saving his spot for late game, and he's out, and you go like, oh, shite, what do I do now? So, yeah, I hate late games, and I hate shoulders, and I hate game-time decisions. I'm just salty. Dalvin Cook questionable for this week against the Lions. Christian McCaffrey not coming back this week, probably listed as doubtful with that hammy. The thing is, you don't want Christian to come back for a half, re-injure that thing. So you have options in there. You're playing Philadelphia, who sucks. Yep. Keep Chuba in there for another week. It's not going to hurt anybody.
It's not.
Teddy Bridgewater expected to clear concussion protocol and be ready for tomorrow, which is good. Gronk is ruled out. T.J. Hawkinson could play Sunday per head coach Dan Campbell. So exciting. That's good news.
I guess.
T. Higgins will play this week against the Packers. Good news for pretty much everybody. If any Bengals player owner, whether it's Tyler Boyd or anybody really, if you have T. Higgins in, it changes the way the defense is going to work. Mm-hmm. Devontae Parker in his hand me a game-time decision, but at least it's an early game, right? Mm-hmm. You can get that 12 o'clock notice. Anyway, so that's the news. That's all we got. We do have a bunch of questions going, so we're going to go to the questions thread. We only have a couple of them.
Yeah, we don't have a lot. There's quite a few in the Discord, though.
There is. So Kim Bomobo says, is Gaskin droppable at this point?
Yes.
The thing is, it's like drop Gaskin for who?
Right, always. But if you're asking, like, could you drop him? Of course.
Right. If there's somebody who is worthy of pickup and is not somebody you're also going to keep on your bench, Gaskin is at least a quote-unquote starting running back in the NFL. The team's not getting it done. But are you going to pick up somebody who is startable? Probably not. You're going to pick up somebody who's going to sit on your bench. I'd rather have the starting running back for a team than a backup running back on my team, even though both of them are sitting on the bench.
Maybe in a PPR, you could justify him because he does get 5 or 6 targets a game, or he had been before the game against Indy. But
no, yeah, I know they're doing committee down there. I know Brown and Ahmed are getting things. So.
I mean, you're talking about a guy who peaked week 1 against New England with 49 yards and 5 catches for 27.
Yeah.
4 games, I'm sorry, man. Last week he had 2 touches.
And you can't say, well, when Tua gets back, it'll be better. I'm not thinking it will.
Yeah.
I think when Tua gets back, it stays exactly the same.
Yeah, for me, it's kind of a 4 games, dude. I'm out. Like I'm done.
Yeah, you got to look elsewhere.
I have held on to players previously because starting running back or they had a name or whatever it was. You got to look at the numbers. The numbers just aren't there. And not only that, he's not getting enough touches. Again, in the PPR, he's probably not a horrible flex because he might get you 10 points.
Well, that can bite you sometimes because I had Mooney for 4 games or for 3 games.
And didn't play him.
This guy's not. Yeah, this guy's terrible. I have an option, I dropped him, and then he blows up.
But those are the worst types of players. Are the guys that you just can't trust. But that's a little bit of a different situation there.
It is
with Mooney. Quarterback changes and whatnot. So there you have it.
Also, let's see. Gyrick says Brait or Gesicki, FML.
Oh God.
Which we all know means fun my life.
Yes, totally fun.
Brady's going to get the opportunity because even though he dropped pretty much everything Brady threw at him, Brady kept throwing to him because he's open, and Brady tends to find that open guy.
I think I'd still start Gesicki. I mean, he did score a touchdown last week. He hasn't been good either, but he did. He had in week 12. He had 12 targets, caught 10 of them for 86. Or week three. Sorry. In week 4, he was 6 for 57 and a touchdown.
Well,
I would play Gesicki.
So how I'm dealing with tight ends for the past couple of years, because most of them are going to suck. You're going to get 6, 7 guys maybe who are worthy of playing every week. And guys like Dawson Knox play their way into that category,
Sure.
I think. And Gesicki just did last week. Yep. It's not that they're consistent, because you're not going to get that. Even Kelsey has bad games.
Everybody does, yeah.
Right. You're not going to get that consistency out of just a guys, right? And both of these dudes are just a guy. But like CJ Uzomah, I picked him up because I had to, because Kittle's out this week. There's CJ. Okay, I'll pop him in. Right. Not that I expect him to have 24 points again this week, but I know that he's capable of that. I've seen it. We haven't seen it out of Brait this year yet.
Perfect example. I lost Logan Thomas.
Everybody did.
Yeah. I picked up Mo Alley Cox in a league.
Dude caught 2 TDs.
He had 2 TDs last week. Listen, is he going to do that again? Probably not.
Yeah, that might be it for him this year.
But I know that they're looking for him out around the end zone. I don't know.
Yeah,
at this point,
he's already done it.
Yeah.
He might do it again.
But it's
That's all you
not
can do.
like, am
That's
I
all
going
you
to win
need.
that game? No, I'm not going to win that game. Yeah, it's rough. I'm playing Drew too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks. But and he had Metcalf that went all the way off. So
There's a guy who plays in Lyle's in my main money league, and we can go off on tangents because we have no calls and very few questions. So we do have some Discord questions. But there's a guy in our league, a guy named Greg.
Yes.
His team name is Jerry's Kids. He's been in the league for I don't know 8 years at this point.
Almost a
He's
decade
been in a
now.
while.
Yeah.
He's the friend of a guy that I worked with back when I worked at Diamond.
Right.
So yeah, I mean that was 9 years ago. So he might have been in the league a decade now or more.
Yeah.
But he's always one of those guys where in the draft room, you're like, why did he pick up that freaking guy?
Yeah. You're like, what's he doing?
Every year he's right up in there.
Yeah.
And Jack's the same way.
Yeah.
There's every year it's like they're drafting and you go, that was kind of an odd pick, but then that guy goes off.
Yeah.
It's like both of those guys, and I'm playing Greg this week.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, and he's 4-0.
Yeah.
And you look at his team and you go, okay, well he picked Mahomes way too early, but he's got Mahomes.
Yeah.
He picked that guy way too. Jack picked Waller in like the 3rd round.
Yeah.
It was like, that's too early to pick a tight end, but there's Jack with Waller going 3-1, I think. So this time of year, all that draft stuff goes out the window. It's who you got on your roster.
Yep.
I would much rather at the draft pick a running back in round 2 as opposed to Pat Mahomes.
Me too.
But 4 weeks later, when you got Pat Mahomes,
It doesn't. I mean, it doesn't suck. Like I said, I would love to own him.
yeah.
I'd love
But
to.
the thing is to be able to do what they do, they get lucky, or
have
they
to.
do research.
Yes.
And their 5th, 6th, 7th round
luck.
running backs are actually producing. So whether it's luck, because they do it every year.
Yep.
So
Gee, thanks for the sub. Appreciate it. 9 months.
hey, thank
Appreciate
you.
it, brother.
Yeah. So that was apropos of nothing, but
Yeah, no, but I hear what you're saying though.
it's disturbing.
To the email.
Yeah, let's do that.
It's Charles, and boy, does he have a few photos for you.
Oh, I'm excited.
Photo number 2 is quite revealing. Urban
Wow.
Meyer would like this shot.
I think any.
So Charles says,
They call that RP.
Is that right?
In Reddit.
Okay.
If you, I'm not going to actually say the words.
Thank you.
Rear is the first word.
right.
I think we can guess what the P stands for.
Yes. Charles says, hi, guys. I need a
Posture.
little help with this week. Please let me know what you think. I need a quarterback and a flex in my 10-teamer.
I'm sorry, I'm looking at the picture.
On the QB front, we have Baker Mayfield versus the Los Angeles Chargers of San Diego,
Thank you for using that. I
or
appreciate
Sammy Darnold versus Philly. Baker hadn't been getting it done. Sammy Darnold.
Sammy Darnold's leading the league in touchdown runs.
I'm just saying.
I'm playing Sammy Darnold against
I think
Philly.
I might play Sammy Darnold too.
Yeah, I mean, Baker, he's got that torn labrum, in his left shoulder. But, dude, his accuracy last week was all
terrible.
over the place.
It was terrible.
Or I should say his accuracy was non-existent.
Right.
Put it that way.
And he needs a flex out of here, Kevin. Josh Jacobs, Trey Sermon, Chase Edmonds, Emo Sanders, or OBJ at the LA Chargers of San Diego.
Just one?
Just one.
Well, I think it'd be Josh Jacobs. He's running way too heavy.
Yep, I'm playing
on
Josh
that
Jacobs
ankle
there too.
Trey Sermon.
It's interesting.
I like the kid. He did well enough for me last week. Chase is a game time decision.
Yeah.
Dude, Sanders has been the number one wide receiver in a good Buffalo offense.
Yes, he has.
So
been.
how can you say no to that?
I can because I have Josh Jacobs. I'd play Jacobs.
Dude, Jacobs did not look good last week.
He didn't. He's a little banged up and stuff. I would still play Jacobs.
Well, that's what I mean. He's banged up, so I can start a fully healthy
Do I smell
and
a Finsky?
contributing. Good God.
You going to bet against Josh Jacobs with Sanders?
It's Chicago? God, that's a terrible matchup for Chicago.
I mean, put your money where your mouth is.
No,
bro.
I'd probably play Jacobs too. I like Sanders this week.
I like him a lot too. I like a bunch of names on this list.
Well, there's question marks around all of them. I mean,
But if I have to pick one, I'm going to go with the running back on the better running back of the field.
yes,
He should be fully healthy.
should be. He was good enough to play last
Yeah,
week, but
yeah.
didn't look great.
Didn't look great. I think that
Didn't have his usual
that'll
Josh
turn around.
Jacobness. Josh Jacobicatude.
I mean, he hasn't been that way at all this year. So,
He's had a game or two, but yeah, okay, so fair enough.
all right.
thank you
Let's
for that.
go to the. Hold on, I got to find the. Yep, here we go. All right, October 8th. It's Copatizzle. It's the top dog here. Not sure if I can submit a question on here for the Saturday call-in show, but I'm going to miss it this week. Well, aren't you lucky?
Here we are.
This is exactly where you would submit podcast questions. You go to Discord, to the podcast questions channel, and submit a podcast question. Well done.
That's how it works.
I've asked quite a few questions lately, but I feel stuck again with Metcalf doubtful, with McCaff doubtful. And I was about to say, Metcalf didn't look that doubtful.
Yeah.
McCaff. I've never heard anybody call McCaffrey McCaff.
Yeah.
Maybe just friends and family do that. And Shepard out again. Here's my lineup. So he lists his lineup here. I won't go through the whole thing. But RB2, Harris or Pirine?
Harris.
Yeah, for sure. Wide receiver 2, OBJ or other.
Just
Other
not knowing what
options-
others
Other
are.
options are Waddle, Mooney, Kirk, looks like.
Those are the three?
Yes.
Well, OBJ really hasn't had himself a game yet. And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that Mayfield is not accurate.
Yeah.
OBJ has a tendency to have a pretty big wig span, be able to go get passes, but I just don't know. Christian Kirk, maybe, in that situation.
I would probably play Waddle.
Yeah.
Or Mooney. Just roll the dice on Mooney against Vegas.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to see Justin Fields, so that might work out better. We saw him with Fields last week.
All of
have
those,
a game, so
yeah, all of those wide receivers are in the same category.
they really are.
And the category is this.
Yeah, could have a
Right?
game.
It's not no.
Yeah,
So you got that going for you.
which is nice.
It's not a hard pass, right? It's
It's
just
a
like,
soft pass,
right? It's just like, I don't know.
which is why he put this question to us,
But you have another problem because he says, I feel like
or perhaps she. We don't know the
sorry,
gender of this.
that's
person.
true. This person, gender non-specific,
We'll just say they.
has another more pertinent issue, Kevin.
Yeah.
They say, I feel the correct play this week is to play both tight ends in the one of them in the flex. The problem is you have Dawson Knox as your tight end, which is fine, and you have George Kittle in your flex.
Who is D
He's not Q anymore.
for outful?
He is D. That means that you have to play one of these other players in your flex spot, and our choices are Waddle again,
Yeah.
Carter, we already played Mooney, or Christian Kirk, or Pirine.
I'd probably play the running back.
I
there.
play Carter too. I agree.
Yeah. I mean, it's not sexy.
It is not.
We have not seen Carter be the guy we want him to be, or the guy maybe he wants to be himself.
Mm-hmm.
But
Rented Ammo says, shout out to Rented Ammo on Twitch.
How does one rent ammo?
He rents it because he's giving it back. He's giving it back, baby. You don't get it?
I do.
He's also got a like a Blockbuster like logo. It kind of looks like Blockbuster video. It's funny.
Yeah, but by the way, speaking of ammo, it's like I have ammo just all over the house because I buy a box of it and throw it in the drawer. I was looking for something else and opened the drawer, and there's like 200 round boxes of nines.
Is that right?
I was like, hey, there's
that's my ammo.
Because ammo's hard to find now. I don't know if you know this.
It is. Yeah, no, I know it is.
You walk into the Cabela's, and the shelves are empty.
You know what's funny is I can't get arrows either.
Yeah?
Yeah, man. Not the ones I like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird.
Eastern Bloodlines are the ones I like. I'm going hunting tonight, by the way.
Are you?
Probably. Unless it rains. Anyway, he says, what's your guys' opinion on London games? I personally don't like them for various reasons, but we're curious what your opinions are. Here's the thing. I don't care where they play the games. It drives me crazy that there's a game on at like 9 o'clock in the morning.
Well, one thing I like about it is, I wake up on a Sunday morning.
There's football.
There's football on.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
I need my mornings to get everything straight, Kevin. I can't have my entire Sunday be dominated by football.
Yeah, mine is, and I'm all right with that.
I'm happy. Listen, I do whatever I want to do, and I get up about 5.
They're talking about doing games in Germany now.
When will that be?
I don't know.
All right. Well,
did your watch just tell you it's time to stand?
Yes, it did.
Yeah, mine did too.
All right. We should probably. You want to take a little break?
Yeah,
Let's take a little break. Just a little stand break. Oh, there we go. You guys can stare at our bellies. Oh, yeah. You got to get the work in, Kevin.
Yeah, you got to stand to get the blood flowing into the knees.
Yeah, I don't want any blood clots or anything. Like we're on an airplane. Let's get a little stretch. It's refreshing.
Yeah, it is good.
Yeah, it's good.
I like it.
Feels good. All right.
Yeah, let's get back into it.
I personally don't like the games at all, and I'm going to tell you right now, as a season ticket holder, if they take one of the Philadelphia Eagles home games
Which
away,
they did, 2 years ago?
No, it wasn't a home game. It was an away game.
Ah, okay.
If they take one of my home games away, I'm going to be bent.
Well, here's the thing. If you only get, because now you're going to have 8 games in one, either away, or then
Right.
you're going to have 9.
So next year I get 9 home games, yeah.
Right, but what if one of your 8 games is a London game?
Yeah, I'll be furious.
So you only get 7.
You only get 7.
Awful.
Yeah, I would be really upset by that. So I don't personally like them. I get why the league is doing it. They're trying to get more popular and trying to grow.
Well, the thing is, if you
And
keep your market in America, there's a cap to how much money you can make.
For sure. It would be really cool if we could expand football globally and have an actual Super Bowl.
A world championship.
One of the things I love about soccer, or footy, rather, is there are leagues all over the place, and they're all good.
Yeah.
They're not equally good. The leagues in Brazil are not nearly as good as the EPL or something like that. But the Europe leagues are they're pretty much the same level of talent.
Well, somebody really good in Spain
Right.
is going to be brought up to, probably.
Well, Spain has a huge. Spain's a bad example, but I get what you're saying.
Right. Aren't they going to end up? Is the EPL like the top?
Not really.
No?
No,
What's the top league in the world?
I guess it would probably be the EPL if there was one, but you have Serie A in Italy, you have La Liga in Spain, you have the Bundesliga in Germany, and you have the EPL. Those are the 4 big ones.
Right.
But the Ligue 1 in France is also kind of up there too. Like they definitely have some really good teams. So you have.
So
5.
my question is this.
Yeah.
So you have a really good French player.
Right.
Does that player just basically stay in France, or
No.
is that person going to get pulled up to the EPL?
They don't get pulled up, but
But
they get
offered a
they get traded,
contract or
kind of.
whatever.
Yeah, they kind of get traded. Actually, it's done a little bit differently. You actually buy players, and you can borrow them too. You can loan them.
Yeah.
To a different team and stuff like that. But the cool thing about it is every year they have the Champions League. You have to qualify to get into the Champions League, and if you qualify, your team from the EPL will play a team from La Liga. Mm-hmm. And you have the best teams in the world playing against each other, and it's awesome.
Dude, I really
would love
want
to see something like that.
I want relegation in the NFL.
That would be amazing too.
I would love that.
Yeah, the relegation system is fantastic. Now, the EPL is a little bit honestly, all those leagues they're kind of rigged. It's very difficult for a smaller club to even make it into out of relegation and move up. I mean, 4 teams do it in the EPL every year. The bottom 4 teams go down. The top 4 teams from the second the second league will come up. I forget what it's called off the top of my head. But
in Ted Lasso, it's the championship.
Well, no. There are
I'm being educated
in the EPL. There are 3 levels.
I see.
Right. So there's the Premier League, and then there's one below that, and then there's another one below that. Not off the top of my head. I forget. It's something super simple that I'm just brain farting on.
I see.
But either way, the bottom 4 teams in the EPL will move down, and the top 4 teams in the league below that will move up. I'm pretty sure it's 4, and so that relegation system keeps teams honest, but the powerhouses, the Manchester Uniteds of the world, and
Arsenal,
Man City, and like all those teams, they're never going to get relegated because they just have so much money.
Sure.
And so it's kind of rigged a little bit. But anyway, the whole Champions League format where a team from Germany will play a team from Italy, and they battle all the way up to the final match, is fantastic. And I would love to see something like that in football. I would love to see an actual World Series.
Sure.
For baseball. I think that's really cool. And they do it every year. And then every 4 years, obviously, there's a World Cup, which is country teams, right? So if you're from Argentina, even though you play in a league in, anywhere else, you would go play for the Argentinian team, national team, in the World Cup every 4 years.
Sure.
So that's kind of cool, too. I would love to see that kind of stuff. But again, football's a violent sport. If they start adding...
You need time off.
Everybody would be so hurt. Yes, Soccer's not as bad. Anyway, so I guess that's our thoughts.
So Tony Wakanobi actually answered.
Oh, all right.
That rent and ammo question. So you can
Vintage
disregard that.
Dan, I'm looking for help picking my starting RBs. For RBs, I got Eckler and Najee Harris is 1 and 2, and CEH is my flex. If it matters, Antonio Brown and Terry McLaurin are my wide receiver 1 and 2. Here's my bench. I don't know that you need any help.
No, I think you got it right there, bro.
Harris, Pollard, Kirk, Myers, Pascal. I think the CEH is great as a flex. He's been fantastic the past 2 games.
Yeah, he's gotten over 100 yards. I mean, I like Renfro. You didn't mention if this was a PPR or not.
Did
but
not.
I do like Renfro in that situation, but...
would you play him over CEH?
I would not.
I would not either.
I mean,
we were bitching about CEH 2 weeks ago.
And then literally the next game...
Yeah, he was... And listen, that's how fast our opinions change. Okay, we're not flip-flopping.
Yeah.
Ivar just put one in, too.
Yeah. Morning, gents. I got a call. I've been trying to make a choice. That should be easy, but I'm probably overthinking it. It's half-point PPR. Pick 3 out of this list. Deontay Johnson at Denver, A.J. Green at Frisco, A.J. Brown at Jacksonville, CeeDee Lamb at the Giants, Tyler Boyd at Green Bay. Heavily considered sitting Dede and Tyler, since I think their workloads might be lessened this week, and Green has been golden.
I would find a spot for A.J. Green.
Yeah. Well... So you got to play 3, right? So play Green and Lamb and Boyd.
Yeah, I want to play A.J. Brown. I want to play Deontay Johnson. I like them both.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, this is what they call an embarrassment of riches.
Well, but Brown hasn't really been doing it, and obviously coming off injury, so I guess we'll give him that. But he's going to be the only target against Jacksonville.
Okay, that's not bad.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
So yeah, I mean.
Green for sure. I would definitely play him.
So Green, Brown.
I know. I don't think you can sit CeeDee Lamb, dude. I hear you.
Boyd is a good flex play, I guess.
He is.
He's consistent in the fact he's never. Well, I'm not going to say never. It's rare that he gets like a 25-point game. Like he gets like 2 touchdowns and 150 yards. I'm not sure this ever happened, but if you're looking for a consistent guy to slide into that spot, he's your dude. But the thing is, Johnson, Green, Brown, and Lamb, those 4 guys can get you those big games. So chop Boyd off, for me anyway.
I don't disagree.
So Johnson is really the only receiver you can consistently play in Pittsburgh. Claypool is spotty, and Juju, while the number one receiver, quote unquote, you can't play him with any consistency.
I think they're all fairly even. And dude, I'm not claiming anything other than gut feeling right here. I would probably roll the dice on A.J. Brown because he's, playing the worst opponent. Boyd's got Green Bay. Johnson's got Denver.
So I think CeeDee Lamb's going to have a huge game.
I do too.
But
so I don't know if he's going to have a huge game, but I don't think you can sit him. So I would play Green, Brown, and CeeDee Lamb. That's what I would do.
I would definitely play Green and Brown.
You're going to play Boyd?
No. I just say of the 5, he's the one I would chop off first.
Okay.
It's between Lamb and Johnson for me. And in that case, I'm going to take who has the better quarterback between the two. I will take Lamb because Dak is a way better quarterback than Ben at this point.
At this point, he is. Heavily considered. Oh, I already read that part.
Yeah.
Also, should I play Madison versus Detroit over Damian Harris versus Houston? If Cook is out, I'm doing it. But if he's limited, there's a question. Only if Cook is out. If Cook is out, absolutely.
Yeah, limited. What does limited mean? I mean, it means maybe they're more of a committee this week.
If Dalvin Cook is on the field, I'm playing him.
Yeah.
Without question.
Right, but that's not the question here. It's whether you should play Madison if Cook is on the field.
Sorry. If Dalvin Cook is on the field, I'm sitting Madison.
Yes.
That's what I meant to say.
Okay. Well, that makes all the sense in the world. The other question or the other thing you said made no sense. So, dude, we tested the fact that the call machine works, but no calls.
Just get out of here. Let's answer some of these questions on Twitch real quick. There's been a whole bunch of them in here. Thoughts on Brandon Cook this week from JC Schroff.
Play him.
Javier, thank you for the follow. Yeah, I totally agree with that. Listen, it doesn't seem to matter which quarterback's throwing to him.
Or how bad the team is.
In a PPR, the guy is money. He's a solid WR2 at this point.
Without question.
Yeah. What are you going to do? It doesn't make sense to me either. I mean, at the beginning of the year, when I drafted him in a couple leagues, and I really was teetering. I was like, man, I don't know. And that was when, there was a possibility maybe Deshaun Watson would come back.
Right.
We knew we had Tyrod.
Who is capable.
For sure.
If he can stay off the injury report.
So I was like, yeah, all right, I'll give him a roll. It doesn't matter who's throwing him the football. Guy gets like 13 targets a game.
Yeah. Irregardless of the cube.
Mass Miami Law says, who's a better start, Pittman or Marvin Jones?
Marvin Jones.
I would agree with that. Javier33, who just followed us, thank you, says, do you guys give fantasy advice for start or sit?
Primarily. It's kind of what we do. It's the whole idea of the show, my bro. The Wednesday show.
Mass Miami Law says River in Argentina got relegated once. It could happen in the EPL, but not like it. Dude, it's never going to happen in the EPL. Unless one of those teams goes bankrupt. Like if Man City went bankrupt, which is impossible because they're backed by Saudi, like Prince money.
Yeah.
Then maybe. But as long as they can pay for the talent, there's no way they'll get relegated.
Is there a salary cap in
I don't think
footy?
So. I mean, kind of, but there are so many ways around it that it's not real.
Yeah, I don't know if the NBA still does this, but you can go over the salary cap, but you have to pay a fine.
I don't know what the exact rules are, but I basically know they essentially have unlimited money.
So it's like the Yankees.
The amount of money that these teams have and that can spend on players.
Yeah.
I mean, it's ridiculous, the contracts these guys get. If you have little kids, get them into soccer. Get them good at soccer. There are way more leagues that they can play in. Like, if you wanted to be a professional athlete, soccer's the way to go.
Or golf.
I don't know. You gotta be. Golf's hard, man.
Golf is hard. Yeah, I mean.
Soccer, what you gotta do? Run around, kick a ball?
I think it's a little more than that, isn't it? Slightly more complicated than that. But you're right, though. I mean, if I could choose any sport I could be professional level at, it would be golf.
Yeah.
Because you're basically responsible for yourself. You can play, into your 60s professionally if you're good.
Yep.
That's great.
Money's fantastic.
Money is great. Yeah. You can finish, 43rd and still walk out with $50K.
Yeah. Happy Gilmore. Right.
Right. Second would be baseball, because if you were
too many games.
Too many. There's a lot of games. Yes, it's a lifestyle. But you sign a contract for $250 million, you see every dime of that.
That's true.
You signed a well, there was no $250 million contracts in the NFL really, but then the guaranteed money is really the contract because you're never going to see the end of it. They'll either cut you or redo the contract or whatever. I want you sign a contract for $250 million. Hell, Bobby Bonilla is still making money from the Mets.
He is. Isn't that over yet? I thought it was only.
I think
like
there's only a couple years left.
Yeah.
But he signed a contract that he would get, like $2 million up until 2023 or something like that.
Something like that.
And at the time, the Mets were like, sure.
Yeah,
what
whatever.
the hell?
Yeah,
Future me will think about that.
Still paying him money.
And Bobby's just like, ha-ka-ching. He hasn't played a game of baseball in like 17 years.
Mass Miami Law says, you're right, Lyle, but isn't Barcelona having money issues? It's why Messi left. So that's a rumor. I don't know if they're actually having money issues. Maybe they are.
I smell meat being cooked.
I do too. It smells good.
It's like maybe we need to end the show because Brecky's happening upstairs.
We're almost done.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Messi leaving, like losing one star, that's not being relegated, dude. Barcelona will never get relegated. Okay, Javanir 33. Full PPR. Should I start James Robinson versus Titans or Jamar Chase versus the Packers?
Robinson?
Oh, that's actually kind of tough.
Jamar Chase has been getting it done. Robinson?
Not so much. Hold on. Let me analyze the matchups real quick. Robinson's got Tennessee. Chase has Green Bay. Did he say it was a full point PPR? I forget.
Yeah, I don't know.
It is a full PPR. It's real close in my mind. It's really, really, really close.
I would probably play the running back. I mean, that's usually where I fall on questions like this. I think it's a really tight point split there.
Yeah.
I don't really like playing any Jaguar at this point, except for Marvin Jones.
Well, Robinson does have 13 catches on the year. He's also got 3 touchdowns. Chase,
that's what makes it
Chase
close.
has 4.
Yeah.
Right, and 17 receptions, but he's not running the football. I think I would lean Robinson too. It's real close though, dude. Couple more, Kevin.
Yeah.
I know you want to get to your brekkie, but
dude, I'm not even sure they're making anything from me. I go walk up there disappointed.
Full PPR, need a flex. Cole Beasley, Connor, or Claypool. Full PPR, I might go Beasley.
Maybe. He's had a couple games this year where his targets are into the teens.
Again, this is like picking,
or into double digits.
It's
anyway.
like trying to find a decent meal out of a trash can.
I was anxious to see what metaphor you were going to toss out there.
Connor's hit or miss. Claypool's got it. Yeah, I would go with Beasley.
Connor is actually kind of taking over the main back role, and the fact that Chase Claypool is a game time decision.
Yeah.
I'm not Chase Claypool. Chase Edmonds.
Yeah.
If he's a game time decision, we could see a lot of Connor in that game.
If only if he's out.
He's doubtful. Game time decisions, dude. That means a guy is not really able to play. I might go Connor there. It's a flex, right?
Doesn't say. RB2.
RB2?
Oh, wait, no, that's the second question. Never mind. Yeah, it's a flex.
Yeah, I'd probably throw Connor in there.
Okay, fair enough.
Especially if Edmonds is out.
All right. Well, obviously, if Edmonds is out, then I would do that too.
Yeah.
Another full PPR.
Then if he's not out, though, who did you like?
Beasley. In a
PPR. Full point PPR, sure. Yeah,
you
I
might
like
get
that.
10 points out of him or something.
Yeah.
Maybe on the outside he catches a touchdown. He gets 3 or 4 a year or something, but that's not really his role. Anyway, another full PPR, RB2, Fournette, Davis, Josh Jacobs. Then for the flex, we also have Beasley, Ruggs, Waddle, in addition to the RBs mentioned before.
Well, I would play Jacobs.
Jacobs there, and then the flex, I would probably play Beasley there. I like Ruggs.
Who was the first running back?
Fournette.
I'd play him. I absolutely would play him. And I will put a Finsky up against anybody you choose.
I'll take the field.
Well, of course you will.
All right.
I want to.
All right, fine. Fournette. All right. Fine. One last one. Who's better to start if healthy? Gibson, Edmonds, Madison, if Cook is out, 2 or 3. If they're healthy, I guess it's Gibson. But
you would think, but the numbers aren't there this year.
He's okay. It's just, they need to work on some things.
Yeah. but this week they haven't worked on them as far as I know.
I mean, if Cook is out, Madison's probably a good play.
Cook is out. Madison's a good play. Edmonds, if he's healthy, which he's not going to be, or he wouldn't be a game time decision. But a fully healthy Edmonds, I'd play him. Mm-hmm. But he's not.
I would probably still play Gibson. But
I would probably play Gibson.
Yeah. All right. That's it.
That would be that.
Says, thanks, fellas. Have a day. You have a day, sir.
Have a day, peoples.
I love you. I mean it. I'm going home to play some New World.
I am going to go. We're getting the place painted, so we have to go choose paint.
Oh, fun.
Interior paint.
Fun.
Yeah, we get to do that.
You're not doing it yourself?
Good God, no.
Man, I've painted so many rooms.
So have I.
It's not hard.
It's not hard. You know what's easier than that? Signing the check.
Yeah,
Boom.
You save all the money if you don't.
Or I can have somebody else do it while I'm working, and I walk upstairs and I have a freshly painted house.
Morning, Juice. We're done.
Yeah, welcome. Yeah, and we're also
What's
talking
the
about
New World server? Clay, it's High Brazil is the one we're moving to. Next week they're doing transfers.
I'm in Brob.
But if you want to play with me today, it's a different server. If you message me on, yeah, you're in High Brazil. Yeah, I'm not there yet. We're doing transfers next week.
So yeah, I need to. Do you know what day that is?
They didn't announce the date. They just said sometime next week.
Okay. All right, cool. Yeah. So also we're looking to get new flooring up there. We did the outside of the house a couple years ago. Now we're doing the inside. So
okay,
we gotta go look at flooring.
That's fun.
Oh,
where you guys headed? Going to Home Depot, or you going to like Sherman Williams for the paint or something?
Yeah, we have to do that because that's who the painter uses. They get discount.
Is up there where Two Stones used to be? Is that Sherman Williams?
Yeah. That's one of the places. And then I think Lumber Liquidators is hardwood floors and stuff. So we're going to be out in the boot this afternoon. And
have fun with that.
I think the wife has some Kohl's cash she needs to burn through.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So I'm excited about that.
You're not. You know what you should do? Just be like, whatever you want. Just go ahead and pick it out. Deuces.
Well, that's the way it's going to be anyway. I mean, I know I'm just along for the ride to go, I like it, and then we can move on.
I can't do it, dude.
I can't either.
I love you, and I love my wife. But my wife will spend an hour in Rite Aid walking around shopping. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
Listen, there are a few key differences between men and women, but one of them is that men hate shopping. Okay, when I am going to a store, before I walk through the door, I know where the item I want is, and I have already planned my route through the store so I can get that item and get out as fast as I can.
And I can't speak for other men, but when I'm like, if I'm going to Walmart for a particular thing, or Best Buy, or any of these spots, I pick a line. I mean, you know, I'm not swivel heading it to see what I'm walking by.
No, me either.
I'm the Terminator. I'm focused.
I walk in there, I buy what I came to get, and then I leave.
And then I leave. Yeah. There's no browsing.
Yeah, Jess is always like, "Ooh, look at these candles." And I'm like, we're getting oil.
Good. I mean, back when we were younger, it was like, yeah, I'm going to go shop. And I'm like, we don't have any money. She's like, yeah, but you don't have to have money to shop. I'm like,
what? Yeah, just walk around and look at stuff.
Yeah.
They like to do that. I can
know.
think of so many things I can do with my time that's not that.
The list is long. It is girthy.
Yes, I just don't go anymore. I just tell her, I'm not going.
Yeah, but
you want to go to the mall? No.
But see, the thing
not
is,
unless we can go to Cabela's. That's how she sucks me in.
Yeah.
She's like, let's stop at Cabela's.
I can spend so much money in Cabela's.
Me too. All right, well, I don't know. T-Dub says he loves shopping. It's a problem. Good for you, man. I like shopping on Amazon.
Yeah. No, like you said, going to Cabela's, I'll walk around Cabela's.
Yeah.
And I'll just
Maybe it's just
fangirl
the stores that they go to.
Maybe it is.
Yeah.
Well, there may be a little ADHD among us.
No.
I saw a video on Reddit. It said the same kid spending
I watched it too.
10 minutes on this side. He's like watching a math video. On the other side, Star Wars. ADHD kid, Star Wars, completely motionless, focused on the screen. Watching a math video, spinning the chair around, looking everywhere but the screen.
Moving constantly, yeah.
It is the subject matter. It matters to
that's true.
whether or not my ass is going to be looking at it.
I could spend a lot of time in Cabela's.
So today I'll be walking around a paint store, and I'm going
Go with
to
something mauve or fuchsia.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah. I'm thinking of mauve.
I think you're going to medium blue.
Are you doing your living room?
Living room. We have that accent wall.
Medium blue. Huh?
We have the accent wall
with blue bodies.
that comes up from the foyer. You know what I mean?
The foyer.
The foyer, and then we're going to do the same like we have now, accent wall in the dining room. All right.
Have fun.
Music is ending
I love
for
you
the
guys. I
second
mean it.
time. I'm out.
Have a day.
See you.
Go Birds.
Go Birds indeed. Bye, Twitchers.